Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off. Welcome, everybody. And I've got new internet, so hopefully I am moving along at a better pace here and stuff like that. So, I just couldn't handle that other fucking internet that I had going on here. So I now have actually gigabit speed. Well, not gigabit speed, but as close as I can. So welcome everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you don't want to be notified when I come on live, you can hit that bell down below there, and YouTube won't notify you when I come on live. Sometimes they do. It's a 50-50 shot on that one. If you do want to know when I'm going to be on live, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. And yes, I know about an hour late than when I put on my schedule, but daylight savings time. Let's just say that. So my 2 hours late then, is that what's going on? I don't know. Anyway, so let's get down to it, shall we? So released this morning, we finally got a release date for Umbrella Academy season 3 on Netflix, and it's June 22nd. So June 22nd, we're getting the new season 3 of Umbrella Academy on Netflix. We've all been waiting for this, I think, for a while since they dropped the bomb at the end of season 2 with the whole Sparrow Academy thing because of the timeline change they did. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this all goes. So, everyone hates time changes, Pen. I mean, they've been talking about, I know in California here, we actually voted a couple of years ago to end daylight savings time, and it was unanimous. I mean, it was like 80% of the people that voted for it, and it's still going on. Unfortunately, it's I don't know why. I really don't. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help farmers. It doesn't. I have no idea why we still do daylight savings time. Quite honestly, it's just stupid. It really is. It just ends up, yeah. Yeah, the second season is kind of a blur to me as well. That's why I'm looking forward to the recap that they're gonna have at the very beginning of everything. I actually just started watching Upload season 2, which is on Amazon right now. And thank God they had a little the recap at the very beginning because I remembered some of it, but I didn't remember all of it. Uh, yeah. So no, it doesn't help anyone at all, Pen. I'm not talking about the recap. I'm talking about daylight savings time there. So yeah. Your head hit the door on the way in. Word 789. That's you got a duck underneath that. So we also got the trailer for The Boys season 3, which of course is June 3rd. So yeah, June is looking to be a very, 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 very busy month because oh shit, we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, which also dropped a trailer as well. So Obi-Wan Kenobi is on May 25th, which is going to run to June. June 3rd is The Boys. June 22nd is Umbrella Academy season 3. Holy shit, that's a lot of genre right in the middle of everything. And yes, Soldier Boy looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I agree with you, 789. So the funny thing is, Jensen Ackles actually wanted to. He was up for the role for Captain America against Chris Evans, and he couldn't do it because of the conflicts with Supernatural at the time. So I think it was between him and Chris Evans, if I remember correctly, and they were leaning towards Jensen Ackles, and he couldn't do it because of Supernatural, and so he fell out because of that. So this Soldier Boy not only is just a parody of Captain America from the comic itself, but also it's this nice little backstory of Jensen Ackles finally getting to play Captain America, if you will, in the series, which is pretty fucking funny. It's very, very meta. Hey, Marks. Yeah, I am gonna be really busy, really, really busy in June. June's gonna be a bumper crop month, I guess you could say. Um, who knows when we're getting Harley Quinn season 3? They still haven't. Every time Harley Quinn, the Twitter, which I follow, the Twitter thing, whatever, mentions something, all the comments are, "That's great. When is season 3 happening? When are you dropping a trailer for season 3? Where's season 3? When are we gonna get season 3?" And all this kind of stuff. So they get hit by those questions all the time and they ignore it completely. Yeah. I wish I knew, but we don't know when season 3 is coming out as of yet. But the Obi-Wan trailer also dropped as well, which looks badass. We're getting the Inquisitors, which I am fucking Jones for right now because we really need the Inquisitors. And I saw that oh god, is it brother number 5, I think is what his name is, who is from the animated series, is gonna be in live action. He's the one who's got the bowl hat thing going on, and I was like, "Fuck yeah," because, it's one of those cool things. Hey, Feisty, how's it going? Word 79 says, "Is the Uncle Owen and Obi-Wan Kenobi the same?" Yes, it is, God, what's his name now? He's a great actor. He's also a producer, director, and a writer. He was in Bright as well with Will Smith. He played the orc. Fuck, I'm blanking on his name at the moment. But yeah, he's a great actor, and yes, he is the original actor from the prequels. So, um, what is that? Oh, thank you, Pen, for deleting that. Um, yeah. So Joel Edgerton, thank you, Joel Edgerton. Edgerton. There we go. IT is going to be in it, and I have a feeling, and I'm going to predict this right now, just because I was reading an interview. Actually, Samuel Jackson was on Jimmy Fallon recently, talking about his lightsaber that they gifted him, with BMF engraved on the by the on-off switch, which of course stands for bad motherfucker, which is from Pulp Fiction, because his character Julius. You remember the whole scene where he says, "Just give me my wallet back. My wallet's the one that says." He goes, "You know which one it is? It says bad motherfucker on it." So he didn't ask for that. They actually gave him that. But I'm having a feeling that Mace is going to be coming back in. We never saw him die in the prequels. We just saw his arms cut off and he gets pushed out a window. That's all we saw. So I have a feeling we're going to see Mace come back with some, robot arms. Yeah. Flip says, I'm getting burnt out on hero shows that aren't heroic. I love Umbrella Academy and The Boys, but I really need someone to root for right now. What about Hawkeye, man? I mean, Hawkeye was something you can root for. I mean, that was heroic. She-Hulk is going to be coming up. What else? Miss Marvel is going to be coming up. Uh, you know, so there's a lot of stories out there. You think so as well, huh? If I see that Mace is coming back, I have a feeling too. Yeah, Word 789. He fell out of a 1,000-story window with a whole bunch of flying cars going by. You don't think, and he knows, and he has, he can use the force. So, you think Kit Fisto's still going to be alive? What about Plo Koon? Actually, we saw Plo Koon get blown up. I take that back. We did see Plo Koon get blown up. So, I have not seen the Kit Fisto Alive, video. I don't watch a lot of, fan-made videos. I just don't have the time, unfortunately. I've got so many other things that are going on that, yeah, I don't watch those things. Sorry. Yeah. But we do have coming up, is another DC Comics, actually, it's a DC comic that is being made into a series, is called DMZ, which actually starts on the 17th here, starring Rosario Dawson. And yes, I am going to be covering it. What is the DMZ, you might ask? So this comic was done about 20 years ago. I want to say in the early 2000s, and it's about a civil war in the United States. Big surprise. And uh, it's the aftermath where Manhattan Island is now a demilitarized zone, um, between the two factions that are fighting. And it's about a doctor or a nurse. I can't remember. I think she was a doctor whose son um, disappeared when they were evacuating Manhattan. So she decides to stay in Manhattan, to search for him while treating wounded on both sides. So she really doesn't play politics at that point, and that's what this whole story is all about. Um, it was a very interesting comic. It went on for years. It was a very good comic, and I'm interested to see how that's going to go. So, Philip says Hawkeye was more cleaning up a huge fuck up than stopping bad guys. Yes and no, but it was also introducing a new hero, and I liked it. I honestly, Hawkeye was a good show. It was a lot of fun. It was a ground. I know everyone says grounded superheroes. That's not what I was saying, but it's more of a street level superhero is what it was, and I kind of like that. Yeah. Word 79 says there is a YouTube video from 2006 that shows Kit Fisto's body gone the next shot when stabbed by Palpatine. Okay. CBM says, I saw the trailer for DMZ. It looked fine, but it didn't speak to me, especially. Might watch it. Love Rosario Dawson. Yeah. Yeah. Ava DuVernay is the one who is the showrunner for DMZ. And I believe she directed the first episode. And hopefully it's better than Naomi, because Naomi was just fucking trash. I'm sorry. It was horrible. They keep trying to push it because they're putting the character now in DC Comics, Naomi. They're saying that she can take down Superman and whatnot, and I'm just going, "Fuck, man, just stop already." It's a shitty character that they've created. But anyway, enough about that. Mork says Adam Project was okay. Ryan and Mark was a nice pair. Um, I'm thinking that's probably what's going to be on Is It Worth My Time is going to be Adam Project instead of The Boys Diabolical. So I think we'll be doing that instead on Tuesday. So I reserve my judgment until then. What else do I have going on here? Ernie Hudson, from Ghostbusters. You know who Ernie Hudson is. He has been cast in the Quantum Leap remake for NBC or Peacock or whatever it is that they're going to. It's more likely going to. I'm guessing it's going to Peacock and it's going to be behind a paywall. I am not really into a remake of this show. We really don't need a remake of it. It's I know they keep saying remake, not even really a remake. They're thinking of a continuation of it. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't see it being a good show without Dean Stockwell, who of course is dead. So yeah. I mean Scott Bakula is great and all, but yeah. Yeah. CBM says, I don't know anyone who loved Naomi. Not sure if telling people she can take down a favorite is the best way to advertise. It's in a comic. CBM is where they made that revelation, is because Superman, of course, just like all of us, is susceptible to magic, and supposedly her powers amplify magic, I think is what it is. So it's kind of stupid, really, but yeah. Or do 2, or is it worth my times, pen? I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Philip Ademic says, I hope they use Rosario Dawson's character more in the MCU now that they are using Daredevil. You mean the night nurse? Bringing back the night nurse? They could. We'll see what happens. I mean, I know that Charlie Cox now is somewhat back in the MCU. I have a feeling that Kevin Feige is going to bring other people back. I wouldn't hold my breath on the version of Iron Fist that was in Netflix coming back with the same actor because he sucked and refused to learn martial arts. So fuck him. So I am all for recasting Iron Fist. You know, redoing that whole story. They kind of did a backdoor reboot anyway on that one with Shang-Chi. So Shang-Chi, if you guys have seen it, kind of alludes to um, the mystical city that Iron Fist has. Shanlao, is that it? I'm blanking on it at the moment. As one of the 7 mystical cities that they talk about in Shang-Chi. They kind of alluded to it and having its own dragon, and considering that Shang-Chi's mom was that particular region's guardian, and she was the one who got the powers from the dragon. That's why she could manipulate things. That was what it was all implied. And as a matter of fact, one of the writers for the Marvel thing even said so as well. Kunlun, thank you. Kunlun, that's what it was. Yes, Iron Fist was the weak link. I loved me Luke Cage. You know, the very first half of that first season was brilliant. The second half sucked. Even though the actor who for the villain, Mustafa, who's in Cowboy Bebop, played Jet Black, is a good actor. I mean, he's a great actor. You could see that, and he just was kind of he got really shitty direction. I'm pretty much sure in season 1 of Luke Cage. There, yeah. Yes, I want Jessica Henwick's Colleen Wing to come back. I want a fucking Daughters of the Dragon. I want a Heroes for Hire series is what I want. That's what I want. I want a Heroes for Hire city and a Daughters of the Dragon series. You get both of those in there and I'm in. You bring back Night Nurse and give her powers? Why give her powers, Philip? She's supposed to be just a nurse for the street level characters. She never had any powers. So you don't need to have her have any powers. Word 79 says, I think Umbrella Academy will have to end soon because number 5 isn't going to be a young kid forever. That guy, you know, is like 18 years old, right? Like the guy who plays him. So that is the way he looks. So I think he's in his 20s now. So that is the way he looks. So yeah. I think they're going to be okay. Word 7 says, I think David Tennant and Jessica Jones. You like David Tennant and Jessica Jones. That's it. I mean, he was good in that, but yeah. There's other people that were good in it as well. I like Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones. I really did like her as Jessica Jones. Love Charlie Cox as Daredevil. I mean, he was fucking awesome in that. That's why they brought him back. Let's see what else we've got. Oh yeah. So Alligator Loki is getting his own comic, his own Marvel comic. I thought it was kind of funny that he was getting his own comic, and I was like, all right, I can see that happening. That's kind of funny. And honestly, it's a great way of doing it instead of doing a whole series or sneaking him into other stuff. Having its own comic is perfect. Oh yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio is great as well. I mean, him coming back in Hawkeye as the Kingpin was brilliant. I mean, and he needs to come into the Spider-Man movie series as Kingpin. Yeah. You prefer President Loki? Well, President Loki most likely is going to come into season 2 of Loki. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. They're using him for live action. Is what is going to happen at that point. Let's see what else we got here. Deadpool 3 is happening. Yes. And Sean Levy, who of course has directed Ryan Reynolds in his last 2 movies, Free Guy and The Adam Project, is going to be directing Deadpool 3. The same screenwriters are going to be the screenwriters for Deadpool 1 and 2 are going to be writing Deadpool 3. So we're going to have the same creative team there, just a different director. And I'm okay with that. I mean, Levy's an okay director. He's not the best director in the world, but you know, he's not a horrible director either. He's actually fairly middle of the road. He's benign, as as you would say. And I'm okay with that. He can do a decent job with it. Yeah, we need a Deadpool 3. Maybe you don't need a Deadpool 3, Marks, but I can use a Deadpool 3. Says the guy with the, Deadpool. This is my Deadpool 2 mug or pint glass. I have my Deadpool 1 as well. So, this is actually from the defunct ArcLight Cinemas that no longer exists now. So the one down in San Diego that I was going to, they had a bar there and they were doing pint glasses every now and then for different movies, and it was kind of cool. So they did one for the first Deadpool, they did one for the second Deadpool. They did them for various movies here and there. Not a lot of movies. I thought they were doing for one for Doctor Strange, and that never panned out. I think they were starting to lose money at that point and cut back on it. And yes, Deadpool can have Avengers characters now because it's Fox Disney, and he can also have the X-Men characters still. And yeah. Penn says I want Deadpool 3 more than a lot of the sequels that have been made. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun movie. I mean, that there's going to be a lot of mayhem. Speaking of mayhem, so on March 16th, all of the Netflix Marvel series as well as Agents of Shield are coming to Disney Plus, and that is having parents up in arms, or certain parents, I should say, Christian. I mean, fundamental. I mean, yeah, people with sticks up their asses who don't know how to use the fucking parental guidance controls, who don't take, who don't watch after their own children. All you have to do is hit the parental lock, and there you go. Put in a password that you haven't used for your other shit that your kids have already broken into, and your kids won't be able to watch it. There you go. Then you don't have to worry about your kids watching it on Disney Plus. Simple as that. That's all it is. And actually, Disney Plus already has parental guidance controls on their app, like every other app that is out there. So, like Netflix, like Hulu, like Amazon, you can set your parental guidance controls and leave the rest of us alone to watch shit in peace. So, yeah, yeah. I know they're up in arms about the new Pixar movie too, which is some bullshit. It really is. So the new one, Turning Red, the new Pixar movie, is a very veiled allegory for puberty, and that's what also these parents groups are up in arms about. I just say fuck them. Put a fucking parental lock on there. That's all you got to do, and that way you can keep your kids back in the 1880s, like the rest of Texas. Yes, Marks, I took a swipe at your state. Anyway, as per usual. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah. HBO Max has ordered the Penguin spin-off series. They have officially ordered it now because the movie has done you know, pretty well. I think it's around $275 million as of Friday. Yeah. I know you're not from Texas. I know you're just passing through. Um, Morg says, saw it with my daughter. She loved it. She's 9. I didn't see anything wrong with it. To me, it was boring. Yeah. I kind of figured as much. I looked at the movie. I'm like, yeah, this is not for me. I may catch it at some point in time, but I was talking with a friend of mine last night about this over dinner. She has kids and all this stuff, so they watched, they really enjoyed it. And I said Pixar, as of late, has been doing a lot of preteen movies instead of all ages movies. And when I say all ages movies, I'm talking about like stuff like The Incredibles, Toy Story, things of that nature. And they've gone more to preteen movies for their animation stuff. And it kind of has, for me, I don't watch it. I mean, because I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's not for me. I'm not going to watch it. So, Philip says, I want lots of Deadpool while Ryan is still young enough to play him, but he needs to be R or it's a cameo, then PG-13. Yeah, I understand. I want an R-rated Deadpool as well. And from what I understand, Kevin Feige has said that yes, he wants to keep Deadpool rated R as well. He says it works better that way, and there you go. I mean, because he's violent. He's a violent character. He kills people, for God's sakes. The second Deadpool movie, still my favorite line is when Deadpool gets stabbed from behind with he's in the Yakuza shower, the sauna scene, and I think, what does he say? Scoutmaster Billy, because he's getting stuck from behind. And I haven't laughed that hard in a while. It was very inappropriate, very graphic, sexual innuendo, all that stuff, and it's pretty funny. And that's Deadpool. So, in a nutshell, no pun intended. Maybe. So yeah, HBO Max has ordered the Penguin spin-off series. I'm kind of interested, to tell you the truth. I liked Colin Farrell's interpretation of that character, even though we have seen this kind of character before in the Arkham Asylum games, the Batman Arkham Asylum games. That's pretty much where this Penguin came from, and I like it. It's actually a good job. I feel sorry for Colin Farrell that's become popular because now he's gonna have to be in that damn fat suit for a while. But yeah, I think it'll be. I think it'll be good. I think they'll do a good job of it. So this one's kind of weird. The composer Michael Giacchino, he has done composing for lots of different movies. He is actually going to be directing Werewolf by Night, the Halloween special for Disney Plus, which of course is going to introduce the title character Werewolf by Night, and most likely have a cameo by Blade, because I believe it's all introducing the Midnight Suns is what's going to happen at that point. So Midnight Suns, by the way, from Marvel Comics, are all the supernatural characters. So that's where you have Werewolf by Night, Blade, Ghost Rider. Sometimes Wolverine comes in too, even though he's not supernatural, but Wolverine was in everything at one point in time. But yeah, they bring in all the supernatural characters, and they fight supernatural entities. It's much like the Dark Justice League, where you have all the supernatural characters going on that one. I believe he did the score for Doctor Strange. Yes, CBM. Yeah. Or Senior Strange if you're south of the border. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know it's Doctor Strange. Doctor. Doctor Estrahan. Man, my fucking Spanish is horribly, horribly bad. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So this one I kind of saved for last. Warner Brothers is shuffling around a shit ton of movie dates at the moment because I don't know why. I think they're actually Actually, I do know why. All the special effects houses. I know, silly bro. I can't actually pronounce it anymore. My brain is just fried. Um, so all the special effects movie houses are backed up, like severely backed up because of COVID and everything. And you would think that was kind of interest that it wouldn't be, because all your animators are working from home anyway. Not a big deal. But yeah, it's the whole it's still you have less people working is what's going on. So that's why it's all backed up. So that's the reason why they are shuffling around these projects. So the Flash that was supposed to come out at the end of this year, as well as Aquaman, have moved to next year, which is kind of weird because so here we go. It says The Flash now opens on June 23rd, 2023, which moves from November of this year. Aquaman moves to December 16th, excuse me, this March 17th, 2023. That was supposed to open up in December of this year. And Wonka is moving over, or is moved up to December 15th, or excuse me, moved to December 15th, 2023. Yeah, it's everything's been moving around. But Shazam now is going to open on December 16th, opposite Avatar 2, which I think is, I have a feeling that Shazam Fury of the Gods is going to crush the fuck out of Avatar 2, because no one gives a shit about Avatar 2. It's 20 years too late at this point. Yeah. Uh, yeah. And then also Jason Statham's Meg to the Trench is now going to open on August 4th, 2023. So yeah, it's and also the DC League of Super Pets is moving into Black Adam's July 29th spot. It's moving back a little bit. It was supposed to open up in May. So everything's been moving. Black Adam's moving to October 21st. And they're supposed, I don't know if they're going to have, I know Keaton is supposed to premiere as Batman in, I thought it was supposed to be The Flash, but now The Flash is moving to next year, and then Batgirl, because he's supposed to be in Batgirl as well, which I think comes out the end of this year, if I remember correctly. So now he's going to show up in that before he shows up in The Flash, which is going to just be really weird. Yeah. Mork said Shazam is going to be good. I don't give a fuck about Avatar. Exactly. No one gives a fuck about Avatar 2. Like I said, 20 years too late. No one cares about it. It was a shitty movie to begin with. And yeah. Yeah. Does an Avatar 2 have smell-o-vision? It probably does. As a matter of fact, it's the kind of smell-o-vision where you can smell from miles away that it's coming from the shit stink that emanates from it, from how bad it is. CBM says Avatar 2 versus Shazam 2. I definitely choose Shazam 2. Shazam 2. Try and say that fucking 3 times fast. Doesn't work. Avatar is just a rehash of a bunch of movies. Yeah. Unobtainium. I mean, how fucking jaded of a screenwriter do you need to be to come up with Unobtainium? I almost think of Free Guy, at the end there, where a dude who is, 70% finished has, catchphrase here. That's kind of what I feel about with Avatar. Unobtainium. We're just going to put this in as a placeholder until we come up with a better name. Oh shit, it made it into the final screen credit. Penn says Avatar was so overhyped that by the time I saw it, it was very let down. He got it from Future Man. The Unobtainium, yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing it in the theater, Avatar, and I was just like, wow, this is a boring movie. Is this going to be over with soon? And I was a reasonably big James Cameron fan. I had at the time the Laserdisc director's cut of Aliens, the second movie, of course. which has like an extra half hour, 45 minutes of footage, which makes it a completely different movie. Same thing with The Abyss. I had the director's cut of that on Laserdisc again. So you know, those kind of movies, yeah. And like I said, I was a good, I was a decent fan of Cameron, and then Avatar came out, and I was like, wow, this is pretty bad. And then his subsequent stuff. Then he started doing the whole ocean thing, and yeah, Cameronium. I wish they would use Cameronium. That would have been a lot better of a. Maybe that's going to be the new element that they're after is Cameronium. They can say unobtainium actually decays into Cameronium. That would be fucking funny. That would actually work for me. So yeah, there are a lot of changes happening in Warner Brothers schedule, and it's mainly due to special effects is really what's going on. Yeah, their special effects are foobarring them at the moment. General, your name here. Have you found the McMuffin? The MacGuffin. Have you found the MacGuffin? I agree with you, Philip. Although the McMuffin would be kind of funny. They could tie in a McDonald's tie-in with it, along with whatever the yeah. CBM says, I mean, it's a movie entirely revolving around its visuals. Did anyone talk about its story when it came out? No, no one did. Well, actually, they did kind of. They said, it was Fern Gully, the last rainforest, which it was. It really was Fern Gully, the last rainforest, mixed in with GI Joe and Transformers and a couple other things. And says, stop giving them ideas. They don't look at my podcast, damn it, or vidcast or whatever. This is my YouTube channel. Someone else might. I don't know. I still have a feeling that whoever does the Joe Blow, so joeblow.com, I've been following them for years. They've been around for like 20 some odd years. So on Facebook, uh, it's kind of funny. Whenever I post something, like a couple hours later, it ends up on joeblow.com. And I'm like, I'm wondering because I did have some interaction with one of their editors when he worked for Cinescape. Um, Back in the day, and so I always have that inkling in the back of my head that maybe he's out there looking at my stuff, but, that's just the paranoia in me. It's kind of funny. Stop giving them ideas. They won't listen to my ideas. I don't listen to my ideas. So, um, that's all I got for news. I am watching I'm watching, The Last Kingdom, the final season of The Last Kingdom, which it was a thing I couldn't remember last time during spoiler alert. So, The Last Kingdom takes place during the same time as Vikings Valhalla, and, I thought it was kind of funny. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. Uh, and Uhtred has to be in The Last Kingdom. Uhtred has to be like 90 years old now at this point, but I don't know. He still is the same age, and yeah. Next headline. No, I'm not looking at your stuff. Penn said I need to watch that. I saw the first couple of seasons and lost track. Yeah. Morg says I'm on Ozark's last season. It's been okay. Okay. Yeah, I started Upload, and the first episode is pretty good. I have to admit. Um, I'm actually kind of digging it. We're getting to see the Luddites in Upload now. So these are the people that have shunned technology, and honestly, the world that they have in Upload, now that I see more and more of it, it's pretty fucking horrifying, honestly, because, uh fuck you, you fucking troll. Where are we here? Damn it. Sorry, now I'm having a little, there we go. Ah, thanks, Pen. I'm actually gonna report him, Pen, because, it's, actually what those are that they have that, people are putting up is, malware. So, because people are putting it into, they copy and paste it and put it into the, search bar there, and it goes into malware. So I end up just, yeah. So that's what I end up reporting them, and they end up getting taken out of the chat entirely once I report them. Work says, "I'm the only certified troll. Go away, copycats." Yeah, but you're just bad jokes. Yeah, you never malware. Yeah. Although bad jokes can be viral as well. Mhm. Anyway, so as I was talking about, yeah, this whole upload world that they have an upload sounds just fucking horrifying. Where it's printed food, 3D printed food. If you do try and grow anything natural, you have to get seeds from Monsanto, and then you have to have a code in order to get them to grow. Things of that nature. Yeah, and yeah, it just sounds horribly, horribly bad. Philip says, "I'm watching Oak Island." Really? Still? Is this season 16 of, Oak Island? Have they found another nail? Outlander, okay, yeah. The Last Kingdom, YouTube, anime, and some Twitch. You're looking forward to the last season of the Orville, what's it subtitled now? I forget what it's called now. The, Orville, we're no longer on Fox or, Orville, Disney doesn't like me anymore. Um, the Orville New Horizons is what it's called. New Horizons. Yeah. I had to go and take a look. Uh, yeah, Halo's supposed to be coming out on Paramount Plus on March 24th. I guess they're trying to make themselves more relevant than just, different versions of Voutrack. You'll finish Outlander in the Last Kingdom. Yeah. It's a really good nail, but is it from the Crusades? Does it prove that you know, the Crusaders made it to Oak Island to bury their treasure? Mork says, "I'll watch Orville, but I hope it's not back to couples therapy. I want space exploration." Supposedly they're getting the shit kicked out of them by the robots. I can't remember what they're called. I guess they did away with the whole toilet episode. The what was that one episode that was just revolving all around piss, about taking one gigantic piss? Yeah, yeah, not my. I I don't like Seth MacFarlane's humor anymore. Let's just say that it's not something that makes me laugh. It's something I'll sit there and I'm like, mm, mm, yeah. And his version of Star Trek Next Generation just isn't doing it for me either. So, but hey. Um, what else is there? Oh yeah, Woke season 2 is going to come out on Hulu on April 8th as well. Found that out. And for those of you who don't know what Woke is, go and take a look in my archives. I actually did an Is It Worth My Time on it. and it's actually based on a true story of an artist that's here in the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area, who was wrongfully arrested by SFPD and had PTSD as a result of it, and kind of shifted his viewpoint on some stuff. So, uh, yeah, it's good. All his creations end up talking back to him, and it's fucking funny. Although I still don't think they went far enough for with woke. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't find his humor agitating, CBM. I just find it kind of boring. It's like, yeah, can you? I mean, every now and then you get a little nugget that actually works, but for the majority of them, they're just kind of okay, funny. Haha. Barry season 3 is going to come out on April 24th on HBO Max, so that's coming back as well. You got Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, which is coming out on May 5th. Mm, mm, yeah. Stranger Things season 4 is coming out in May. So yeah, so a lot, like I said, June's going to be crazy because we have Obi-Wan Kenobi on May 25th, Stranger Things season 4 on May 27th, which is going to drop all at once anyway, so not a big deal. The Boys on June 3rd, um, Umbrella Academy season 3 on June 22nd. So yeah, there's just June's going to be fucking nuts. It really is. Thanks, Pen. Penn says Orville was just so much better than Star Trek Discovery. The first season was. I'll tell you that the first season of the Orville was good. The second season wasn't, and have a feeling the third season isn't going to be either because oh god, the redheaded guy got married in real life to Padalecki, the second in command on the ship there. So in real life, those two got married, and then they also got a divorce uh, between all of this stuff going on. So I'm that alone is probably going to create some tension, and most likely they had to I'm sure they had to separate them somehow from the show, even though they're supposed to have some scenes together because of them being on the bridge together. So that'll be interesting. You have real life drama that ends up fucking up your workplace. Yeah. Yeah, I know somebody who knows the actor, who married Padalecki. I went to school with them, the person who knows them, and so yeah, there was some inside scoop, but I'm not saying anything. It wasn't pretty, let's just say. Um, Orville was just okay. Yeah, we already said that. So, that's all I got for you guys, quite honestly. So, I think I'm gonna wind down from here. What else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow I'm gonna be off. Tuesday is gonna be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And yes, I am gonna do the Adam Project now. The Adam Project on Tuesday. Wednesday. This is gonna be a tough one. I'm gonna be off on Wednesday. Thursday is gonna be the one that's tough because that is when we have both the DMZ and the mid-season finale for Resident Alien. I'm thinking of doing them back to back, but I might move Resident Alien to Friday. So I think the DMZ is going to be on Thursday. Resident Alien is going to be on Friday for the mid-season finale. I know I keep moving it around, but you know, it's hard for me to actually watch, to get in there to watch. NBC is making it as tough as possible for me to watch it. So uh, Friday, I think, will be good. Saturday, I'll be off, and then we roll back around again to Sunday for the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off. What am I doing for St. Patty's Day, Philip? Work. Work. work, and more work. I don't go out on St. Patty's Day except for the very rare occasion. Um, so New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day, and 4th of July are usually all rookie nights for drinking. As a bartender, or as a former bartender, I should say, and they are the most horrible nights you could ever work. Yeah, because all the people who normally don't drink come out and go, "Give me 15 of everything," woo, and they barf everywhere. Yeah, that's why as a bartender, you go, "I'm gonna be off this day, and this day." Yes, unless you wanna make a lot of money, and then sure. Even then, you're not really getting that much in tips because, again, like I said, rookie night. Yep, amateur nights. And trust me, I worked some huge parties, like New Year's Eve. I worked the Millennium Party going from 1999 to 2000 uh, for the city of San Rafael, which is in Northern California here. And that was a bust. That was the funniest fucking thing. And I negotiated my rate ahead of time and got it in writing. And they were pissed at me because I made a shit ton of money that night for at the time. And so as my punishment, they stuck me in a room that because there's different stages in different rooms. Bonnie Raitt was in one room. Let's just put it that way. That's how big of a production this thing was. I was stuck in one of the smaller rooms with a band that I will never forget called Those Darn Accordions, which consisted of 6 accordions playing music. And yeah, yeah. And I'm convinced now that accordion music is the only thing that is played in hell. That and spoons, spoons and accordion music. That is what is played in hell. Yeah. As a matter of fact, it was so bad. I remember I told the person that I was working with because there was just 2 bars of, and we were empty. I mean, our tent was empty because no one wanted to listen to accordion music. So occasionally we get people coming in just for drinks and they would leave immediately. And so I told the person I was working with, I said, I'm taking off for about 10, 15 minutes. This is right near midnight. I said, because I'm not bringing in the new year with accordion music. Went over to the Bonnie Raitt tent. And that was when I want to say ABC was doing the whole, around the world kind of thing, like what's going on at midnight or whatever. And so, or around the Bay Area is what they were doing, I think, at the time. And I ended up, I think I was on camera at the time when they passed by when we were all drinking champagne because I remember the camera sweeping past in front of me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, not like the boss cares anyway. He's probably doing a line of coke off somebody's ass in the bathroom someplace. So, yes, it was that kind of, you know, fun evening. I didn't partake in any of that, but just the alcohol for me. Thank you. So yeah, that was probably more than you wanted to know, but how I went down that line, I have no idea. Oh, amateur night, that's what it was. See how off tangent I got on that one? I was so off tangent in the weeds, I even forgot where I was, which that's actually kind of surprising. I needed a Sherpa, a GPS, and an Army Corps of Engineers in order to get my way back to the fucking trail of thought on that one. So, with that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the rest of the weekend. Have a good rest of your day, and oh, let me plug everything too. By the way, if you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match them as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast free library and pops them up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. So that's my Facebook page on there, Facebook group page, stuff like that. And that's all I got for you on that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to everybody in the chat. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. I will see you guys again on Tuesday. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may get off way, way, way off track. Forget where the fuck you were and then have to be dragged back to the track kicking and screaming because you don't remember where it was to begin with. Thanks, everybody. I will see you guys again on Tuesday. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care. Get those vaccine shots, the boosters, and the flu shot out there while you can. And stay safe. And yeah, fuck you, daylight savings time. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again on Tuesday. Have a good rest of your day and take care. Thanks, everyone.